What if suddenly your thoughts became irrational? What if you were lost, but inside your own head? As a survivor of mental illness, I'm living proof that there's life with schizophrenia. My name is Quentin, and I'm 23. I was always like an outdoors kid. So that's me trying to do a backflip. It did end so well. I like math because I like to problem solve, and I think having a set of conditions and trying to find a solution to those conditions is pretty cool. I was in an international baccalaureate program where classes count towards university credits.
It's really a higher level than just regular high school, so that's actually put pressure on any kid, who does that program.
I just couldn't take the stress anymore, and that's probably where the psychotic episode came from. Over the course of several weeks, it really got worse, and a lot of people would describe it as a really bad trip. I haven't had a trip through drugs, so I can't compare it with that, but it's probably worse than any trip you can have with drugs.
Quentin was making less and less sense. He was a different person.
He must have been, 16 or 17? There is also the possibility that maybe this is just a phase, sort of a teenage phase.
I was walking down a beach, and my father was walking, and I thought I had to walk in his footsteps in order to avoid the sun. So I thought the sun was going to burn my father, so I wanted to walk in his footsteps to protect him. The diving trip was what caused my parents to realize I needed help. My mother was my diving partner. I remember being underwater and seeing all these fish. And the way they moved was very hypnotic. I wanted to touch them because I thought maybe I would get some kind of superpower from them. This is probably the most vivid part of my memories, is that I went straight to the surface, which is something you shouldn't do when you're diving. When I saw the psychiatrist, they very quickly realized I was having a psychotic episode. They gave me medication immediately. They told my parents that it would take time to start working.
In these states, he might just walk out and jump. And not necessarily because he would want to commit suicide or anything, but because maybe you think that he can fly.
Quentin is a patient of the Nova Scotia Early Psychosis Program. Early intervention in psychosis and schizophrenia is very important. Not only just to get control of the symptoms, but really trying to maximize those long-term outcomes, and so that you can allow that person to go through that very significant developmental time period with as minimal disruption as possible.
Schizophrenia was constantly on my mind. I was in a real state of instability. I didn't really know if the symptoms would come back. I think understanding that schizophrenia is now with me for the rest of my life was difficult to process. Three things that were crucial in my recovery were medication, family and friend support, and having a good medical team.
I think taking a medication orally every day does give you that reminder that you have an illness that you're taking medication for.
My parents never gave up on me. They continued to support me and encourage me. I kept taking my medication. Over time, coming to accept what I had gone through and learning to live with the condition the acceptance was quite key. I graduated with honors and went to prom. It was a lot of hard work, but I was determined not to let schizophrenia hold me back. I think I'm very fortunate to have the friends I have, and for them to be able to see beyond my schizophrenia and see me as a person, not as a person with mental illness. Everyone should have friends like that. Some people experience schizophrenia and they never get over it, but I was able to get over it with a lot of help. And I'm very thankful for that.
Seeing Quentin go through it was really hard, but seeing him coming out of it the way he is, it's powerful.
I'm not afraid of schizophrenia anymore. I've been able to live through it and it can get better. And living proof that there's life with schizophrenia.